Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are Bijur94 here with the Go Home Show for Super Brawl 2002. We're opening Monday Nitro. We're in front of 6,300 people in the Mid-South as we're opening the show with a recap of the end of last week's Monday Nitro, which saw the return of the Outsiders confronting the Dynasty and laying out Dustin Rhodes and BG James as Jeff Jarrett squandered away. And remember, they talk about having this mystery partner for this challenge for Super Brawl. So let's see kind of what happens and see if we can get an answer to see who that's going to be. And we open the show with the Outsiders coming down to the ring. And they're talking about how they felt, they thanked Jeff Jarrett, BG James, and Dustin Rhodes because they felt they forgot who they were. They forgot that they're the guys who in 1996 changed professional wrestling, created the NWO, and made professional wrestling what it is today. So we thank you, Dynasty, for bringing us back to that light. Now, as it goes for Sunday, we do have a mystery tag team partner for you guys in our 3-on-3 match, and just maybe you'll find out who it is tonight. 60 rating out of the Outsiders. They get interrupted, though, by Jeff Jarrett and the rest of the Dynasty, of course. And Jeff Jarrett says he's not scared of this partner that they supposedly have, and he's not scared of these old has-beens who think they can ruin professional wrestling again like they did in the 90s. Tonight, BG James versus Scott Hall is going to happen right now. 73 rating there, so everybody's at ringside here, and we're starting the show off hot. We got a singles bout between Scott Hall and BG James. 73 rating on this promo. Alright, not a great rating, but that's fine. And about that good heat and decent wrestling, Scott Hall defeats BG James in about 8 minutes when BG James gets disqualified when Dustin Rhodes hits the ring. Scott Hall is 61, BG of 47. Scott Hall seemed off his game. That's cool. 57 rating is still a solid opening match rating. Good stuff here. No reason to have a loss for either guy here going into the pay-per-view. Post-match, however, the beatdown's on. We got 3-on-2 starting out here. Obviously, the Outsiders are trying to battle back, but they're just outnumbered with a 72 rating here. But the music of a familiar face of Diamond Dallas Page hits the ring, makes the save as the Dynasty is left reeling as he hits the Diamond Cutter on Dustin Rhodes, as Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Diamond Dallas Page stand tall in the ring, and they announce that Diamond Dallas Page is their mystery partner for Sunday, as it's going to be Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Diamond Dallas Page facing off against Jeff Jarrett, Dustin Rhodes, and BG James. What a return. So we now have DDP back in the fold. We haven't had DDP in months since his match with Chris Kanyon for the U.S. title. He had an injury that took, I think it was almost 5-6 months to get back, so very excited to have him back. Another top guy to put in a cool little thing here. This is good, though. A nice big 3-on-3 match for Super Brawl. Looking forward to it, and the rating hopefully will be really good. 72 rating overall in this segment, though. And we have our other match of the night. So we have a decent reaction in subpar wrestling. Lex Luger defeats Devin Storm in 5:36 by pinfall. Both men with a 45 rating. Announcing quality lifted the match. Devin Storm has a gimmick that's getting stale. Lex Luger is getting better at his gimmick with a 49 rating. Lex Luger just needed a win here. We're going to prove the point here with the next segment, which is Chris Kanyon again running down Lex Luger, saying that these old guys need to step out of the way. Get out of WCW. And he says that the next generation needs to take over, and these older 90s guys need to hit the exit. Lex Luger obviously is not okay with this, as this is the second week in a row that Chris Kanyon's come out here to run his mouth. Lex Luger says, if you're just going to talk, you're just going to be boring everybody here. Let's fight. Super Brawl, let's see if you're supposedly going to take this old dog out to pasture. So at Super Brawl, we got Lex Luger facing off against Chris Kanyon. That's going to be a nice little match, I think. Looking forward to that. I know it's been kind of a random feud, but I think it's going to make sense because that's kind of where Kanyon's character is going. 65 rating, solid stuff out of the promo. And we have a little recap here. Remember last week, Tommy Dreamer pulled out that upset victory over Rhino to earn a TV championship match. 45 rating. Here we go. And here's the TV title championship match. In a decent matchup, Rhino defeats Tommy Dreamer 8-12 by pinfall with a gore. Rhino makes defense number 3 of the WCW Television Championship. Remember, he needs to hit 10 to get an opportunity at the US Championship if he chooses. Tommy Dreamer a 51 rating, solid match out of him. Rhino was 64 and the announcing quality lifted the match with a 58 rating overall. Good stuff out of both guys. Dreamer's also back in the fold. We wrote him off TV for a month or so after he got beat down. This just makes more sense to have him now in that TV Championship US title kind of picture. So looking forward to seeing what we can do with Dreamer. Rhino gets another solid win on TV and retains his title. So I think that's a good segment as well. Backstage, Militia cut a promo talking about how tonight Super Crazy and Gonzalez of the Militia are going to get their payback on Landstorm and Mike Awesome as they will face off in a tag team match next. And Guido says he's going to beat Mike Awesome at Super Brawl and show some respect from Awesome and Storm as the Militia feels they have been just put in awful situations in the last couple weeks and that they are going to prove once again whether they're the most dominant faction here in WCW. 53 rating there. And about the head, good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Landstorm and Mike Awesome defeat Rey Gonzalez and Super Crazy at 8:25, and Landstorm pins Rey Gonzalez. Mike Awesome a 70, Storm a 76, Super Crazy a 60, and Rey Gonzalez a 55. Storylines advanced and gained heat, and the match got the crowd hotter with a 65 rating. Great match out of all four guys here. Really happy with this. No complaints on my end whatsoever. Again, really happy with this. Mike Awesome's going to be facing off against Guido at the pay-per-view. So we'll just kind of see where that goes. And again, Awesome was almost in the WCW Championship match at the Super Brawl pay-per-view. So it's not like he's just outside of that right now. And I think Guido is also one of those top mid-card guys as well. Same with Storm. So there's a lot of good stuff going on here. And backstage, Rey Mysterio walks up to Rob Van Dam, the current reigning WCW United States Champion, and recruits him to be his tag team partner for the main event tonight, as Rob Van Dam says he had nothing planned tonight. He's got his defense against Buff on Sunday, and he agrees to join forces with Rey Mysterio tonight. So, kind of a elite tag team here between Mysterio and RVD for this main event. We don't know who Booker's picking yet, but Rey's got hell of a choice here. 69 rating there. And a decent matchup. Chuck Palumbo defeats Frankie Kazarian at 6:44 by pinfall with a super kick after a distraction from Chavo Guerrero Jr. Chuck Palumbo a 55, Frankie a 47, 52 rating overall. This is simply just to get Kazarian and Chavo in their final match for Super Brawl. That's literally what this was, and Chuck Palumbo gets a win out of it, so that's always good. Chuck is a very odd spot right now, to be totally honest. He's just kind of here. He's getting some TV wins, which is great, but I don't really have any plans, per se, for Chuck Palumbo, so hopefully we can figure something out for him going forward. And Kazarian here does take the L, but it's okay. He's going to get there. He's getting that exposure. So 52 rating there. Oh, and we got another decent matchup. Buff Bagwell defeats Shane Helms in 13:25 with a Buff blockbuster after cheating with Don Marie. Don Marie slaps Shane Helms, which causes Buff Bagwell to hit the finish. 57 rating out of Buff, 54 to Shane Helms. The announcing quality lifted the match, and Buff and Don Marie are a good pairing. So Buff gets the big win over former WCW Cruiserweight Champion and TV Champion Shane Helms as he goes into Sunday to face RVD for the U.S. title. Shane Helms is going to be finding something new to do as of next show, actually, hopefully on Nitro. So looking forward to that. I just wanted to get him away from the TV title for a bit. There was no real necessary reasoning behind it. He had a good run with it, but it's time to move him into different stuff. 53 rating in the match. Wish that was a better match because I gave him a little more time, but that's okay. It is what it is. And backstage, Booker T approaches James Mitchell, who is talking to his monster Abyss. Booker T tries to get Mitchell to agree to let Abyss be his partner, and Mitchell actually agrees. So Mysterio has a great partner in Rob Van Dam, but Booker T went and got the monster Abyss, the man who literally took Goldberg out of action last week. So this is going to be a all-star tag team match for the main event with a 68 rating here. Booker and Abyss versus Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam. Let's go. This should be very interesting. 68 rating on the segment. Good stuff. And now we have our tag team contract signing for the steel cage match at Super Brawl. So Bischoff and Stacy Keibler are running the contract signing. Now, the reason why we're doing a contract signing for a tag team title match, you may think that's weird, but this is the final encounter between these two teams. Never again will these two face off for the WCW Tag Team Championship. So if the Road Warriors win, Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow do not get a rematch. This is it. This is the final match with this feud. No matter what happens in this steel cage match at Super Brawl, there will be no rematch. There will be new teams going after the Tag Team Championships, whoever the winners are. Obviously, I didn't do a brawl with this one because I didn't want to. I feel like every contract signing ends like that. We just did a regular contract signing showing that it's a big deal. And we did this just to show that the tag team division does matter here in WCW. 72 ratings, so good stuff out of everybody here. And this Fatal 4-Way, the winner of this match faces off against the WCW Television Champion Rhino next Nitro. So we got, in a decent match, Rick Steiner defeats Christopher Daniels, Kaz Hayashi, and Elix Skipper in 9:30 when Rick Steiner pins Christopher Daniels with a top rope bulldog. Kaz Hayashi carries the match. Skipper at 53, Daniels at 51, Kaz Hayashi at 67, Steiner at 54, and the quality of the announcing lifted the match. 61 rating overall, so Rick Steiner faces Rhino next Nitro for the WCW Television Championship. So good match at all four guys. I think I finally figured out what I'm going to do with Daniels and Elix Skipper. I think they're going to become Triple X, how they were in TNA. Kaz Hayashi's been a solid mid-card, same with Rick. So good stuff out of everybody here. And in our main event, and about that fantastic heat and great wrestling, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Rob Van Dam defeats Abyss and Booker T in 12:59 when Rey Mysterio pins Booker T with a springboard Hurricane Rana. Booker T is 76, Abyss is 72, Van Dam and Rey 83s each. Storyline advanced and gained heat, and the match got the crowd hotter with an 80 rating, which I'm pretty sure is my highest rating I've had. This is Mysterio is getting a pinfall on Booker to show that Mysterio can and possibly might defeat Booker T for the WCW Championship. Now, as the match is celebrating, Abyss is on the outside of the ring near the barricade. Mysterio celebrating in the ring, and Goldberg jumps the barricade and spears Abyss through the barricade to end Nitro as Rey Mysterio is celebrating in the ring, and Goldberg is standing over a lifeless Abyss after the spear through the barricade. And that's how we're ending our Go Home Monday Nitro. Goldberg just speared Abyss through the barricade and stood tall. Mysterio got the pinfall over Booker T in the tag team match, so he's standing tall. Just a lot of great stuff on this Nitro. Hopefully the rating shows that we had a good show. Let's see what we got here. Come on, give it to me. Let's go. Let's see. 75. Let's go. That's a great go-home show. Increased our popularity in 24 regions. That's always good. I think the ending to this show really helped. I think this show was actually one of my best ones I've booked, to be totally honest with you. Like, good TV title match, good main event, great opening stuff. Buff had a good match. The Militia was great. I think there was a lot of good stuff on this show. We had DDP come back, we had Goldberg return. Like, I think there's just a lot of stuff going well in this World Championship Wrestling situation right now being in 2002, and I finally have hit that point in the booking where it's not a undoing. Now this is kind of all me now, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you are, please drop a like. Always comment. I comment back as soon as I possibly can. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm helps with YouTube, so I really appreciate if you guys could do that for me. We're trying to get this to build up a little bit more here. We're not getting as many likes as we did previously, so hopefully you guys can help us out with that. But other than that, we'll see you on the next one, which is going to be Super Brawl. So the second pay-per-view of 2002, one of our big ones, as we have a big main event for that one and a big 6-man tag. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But we'll see you next time for that big pay-per-view.